Hello. December 31st, I'm doing laundry today, and I have a very unfortunate update about a quilt of mine. I don't know when this video is gonna go up, because I'm not gonna be able to edit this for a while. We'll see. But one of my absolute most favorite quilts, the homespun quilts, things are not looking good. So this quilt I took with me when I first moved to the city, August of 2024, and then this past March, I had it returned so it could get washed and dried because I didn't want to risk it at my apartment. I wasn't really sure about the machines there. So it was washed and dried and set in a spot, and I haven't really looked at it much because I didn't need it. I had a different quilts with me in the city during this time. But this past week I needed a blanket because it was really freaking cold, and I found out that there's a ton of mildew and staining and color streaking and all sorts of not great stuff, and I'm really disappointed because this is one of my favorite quilts of all time. And that always seems to happen to the ones you love the most. So I'm not really sure how I'm gonna figure this out. I am going to try and use some OxiClean, which I've never used before. I don't believe in stain remover, mostly because I don't stain things, but in this case, I hope it's only mildew. I don't think it's mold. See if I can resuscitate this one, and if not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If it weren't December, definitely would be harnessing the power of the sunshine and hanging it outside on the line. I don't really have time right now for this bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just make sure that you're very explicit on how quilts should be stored properly, I guess, if you're entrusting that to somebody else. Color bleeding, because I know that can happen. I've never had it happen, but that's always a possibility, especially when you use a lot of white in your quilts. Good news is that it's mostly just on the top, so it's probably just in the batting. Shit, it's in the batting. The top, and not much on the backing. So I think we kind of caught it. I caught it. I caught it at the right time. Can I even show you that? There is some discoloration, but that happens again if you use a white fabric on a quilt and you are in contact with your body. Just to say, if you snuggle up on your face with it, it'll get some of that oil transfer. That is normal. Discoloration and yellowing over time, that I have already accepted way back in the day. But the mildew is... Also have never washed a quilt in this washing machine. Usually I use a front loader, but this is a top loader. This was actually my washing machine when I used to live on the farm. I bought it myself from one of my cousins who was moving. And now that I live in the city, the apartment that I have lived in has washing facilities in the basement. I didn't need to bring a laundry machine with me when I moved, which is good. So now somebody else gets to use it. It's a great washing machine, but it's a top loader. I don't know if this is gonna absolutely, completely destroy my quilt, but at this point, what do I have to lose? This was not the kind of quilt video I wanted to do for 2025 either. I started a quilt in June. Maybe it was May, I can't remember. And it's still in pieces. I haven't finished it. I have to fix this freaking quilt. Okay, and now we wait. It says 5 to 10 minutes to soak, and then you should wash it in the warmest water possible. So I just threw it all in the washing machine. I think I've saturated it well enough. I've never used OxiClean before, but I've heard good things. It also says test it on a little piece of the fabric so you don't destroy whatever it is you're doing. And again, I feel like we're past that point. I am just gonna give it a few more minutes and then I'm gonna wash it. Yeah, and then after that, I have to somehow get it dried. So hopefully this thing spins pretty good, and then I'll throw it in the dryer. It was washed in hot water. I did a stain spot treatment with the OxiClean, and I washed it in Tide, and it still looks about the same. So I don't really know what to do. Good news is it didn't destroy the quilt, this machine, so. Man, I'm devastated. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, still a little bit of color bleeding. I've never had that when I've washed quilts myself, so I don't know exactly what went wrong when this got washed in March, but so I can't figure out what to do because I know if I throw this in the dryer, then if anything happens that is setting the stain, right? It's not hot water that sets stains, but it's hot air. It's pretty destroyed looking in terms of fabric, and the build quality is still fine. The quilt that I made after my grandmother died and right before my dad started having cancer symptoms. So that small little window of time when life was kind of simple. And that's one of the main reasons why it's one of my favorite quilts. Not just because it's pretty and soft, and not just because I spent a lot of time on it. I don't know what to do, but I know if I leave it wet, it's gonna get moldy. So I should throw it in the dryer. And it's not like dripping or anything, it's not that kind of wet. Then once it's dry, I don't know exactly what the plan is. And maybe this is something I should go to a dry cleaner and see if they have any tips. Because I'm okay if the fabric gets discolored, as long as like the integrity of the material is maintained, it's okay. I mean, it already looks bad, but my main thing is like, I don't want it to spread. I don't want it to be a moldy, mildewy quilt. And it doesn't smell bad. It smelled a little bit musty when I first put it in, but maybe the OxyClean worked. I don't know. Maybe I should wash it entirely in OxyClean. Do they make that? Promise you I don't look this rough in real life. But I went to the grocery store and I picked up some OxyClean because based off of what I could see online, that's what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, I'm gonna soak it. Some people were saying that you should soak it overnight. On the container it says up to 6 hours. I'm also eyeballing it because I don't know how big the bathtub is. I'm at the point, and I think I said this earlier, but I'm at the point where if the colors bleed from the fabric, or if they get miscolored, or if this thing turns out to look really funky because of the dyes, I don't care. The point is to get the mildew out, which I think I could be quite successful at. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I do wish that it were a sunny day and we had a clothesline. It was sunny this morning, not anymore. Unfortunate. We're getting a lot more snow. It was a lot of fun to drive around though in the snow. I like that. That's my favorite kind of conditions to drive, when the road's really shitty and everybody's at home but the plows are still out. But yeah, now I'm home and I'm filling up the tub. And it looks really yellow on camera because it's well water. And it's really friggin' hot too. So I've got one of those detergent cups. So it's between 3 and 4. It's almost at 4. I guess I would have to throw this in a washing machine again, which would make sense. And then throw it in the dryer. But it's going to be really wet if it's in the bathtub. There will be a way to figure this out. I just don't know what it is yet, but I have time. Look, it's too hot to scrunch. I want to scrunch it though. I think a little mechanical action might be helpful. This is so heavy. Oh my gosh. So it's New Year's Day, and I'm just looking at this now. I think I said I put this in this bathtub to soak with the OxyClean. Why am I out of breath? I'm young. At about 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday, and I think it's at like 11:15 in the morning today. So I don't think it gets much more soaked than that, to be honest. Definitely seeing some like color bleeding into the water, which I thought could happen because hey, it's OxyClean. But again, I'm not getting all that mildew out. On the flip side, when I flipped it over at the back, I think I talked about it earlier, but there was some like natural staining and yellowing that happens when human oil, oh, you've heard of baby oil, get ready for human oil, gets in contact with white fabric and then it just kind of yellows over time. And the OxyClean has taken that out, I think, from what I can tell. I haven't inspected this quilt in great detail yet. This is first impressions, but I'm still seeing the mildew. I don't think it's gotten better. Or maybe it has? Well, it's hard to tell, honestly. I don't quite remember. I put a bunch of OxyClean and then also Tide, and I'm washing it on hot, and yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I don't think it's gonna get any better than what I just saw in the bathtub, but I think it might be dead now. I'm not really sure. There's also vinegar. That's an option. You're not supposed to bleach because bleach only kills surface mold. It doesn't actually get to the root. But anyway, I'm gonna see how this turns out. Worst case scenario, I just have a stained quilt, and as long as it doesn't get any worse and it doesn't transfer to any other fabrics, I think that would be okay. But then I would take this one with me when I move, when I go back to the city, so I can keep an eye on it. Happy New Year. So fresh out of the wash, maybe. This spot still looks really bad. Like, that, it doesn't look good. Okay, it doesn't look good. But the other spots, if I can find one, there's one here. I guess it shows up a lot better on camera than it does in real life. It doesn't look that intense, but the nice thing is the entire back of this quilt is sparkling white again. So there's that. At least I know I can count on OxyClean for getting my whites whiter. The hotly anticipated update, this is like, what, a week and a half later? Just came back from class and it was good. Second day of class. But the quilt update, which is, there's still staining from the mold. It doesn't smell, it is dry, it is clean. I brought it with me so I can keep an eye on it. I don't really know what to do, I don't know what to say. So this is kind of open-ended because I thought, oh, maybe I'll have like a nice hero's journey and solve this problem. And I don't know. The conclusion of this video is that there really is no conclusion. I washed it, I dried it, I treated it, I went on an emotional journey, and I've concluded that this is kind of how it's gonna be. I'm kind of sad about it, but that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. There's a quilt I started actually in June, May or June, and I worked on it, and then I just put it away because it was too hot this summer. And now it is January, and I actually have more space because I live somewhere else, like I said. So maybe get a little quilt video for, it's a cat pattern, so maybe. I'm gonna tease that, but you never really know what's gonna happen, right? We'll see what happens. But I gotta go eat some lunch. So take care. I'll see you next time.